comfortable, then do so. And coming to sit with your spine upright. And then just take a moment just to settle here. So we're just going to close down the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Really breathe in all the air that you can. Fill the lungs. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it all go. So we'll do that 3 more times. Deep breath in, really filling the lungs. And then breathing out. Last time, breathing in. Imagine the lungs filling to their full capacity. That's it. And then breathing out. Let all the air go. Just notice how the body relaxes, the shoulders relax away from the ears as well. Good. And now bringing the chin just down to the chest, feeling a stretch in the back of the neck. And then rolling the neck over to the left-hand side, bringing your left ear onto your left shoulder. And then we're just going to take our right fingertips out to the side now. So increasing the stretch down the side of the neck. Just notice if you can press into your fingertips, sit up tall. And then on your exhale, see if you can bring your left ear closer to your left shoulder. Good. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your right ear this time over to the right. Feel that stretch down the side of the neck. And then take your left fingertips out this time, out to the side, stretching down the side of the neck. Really feel that stretch. Good, and then inhale back to center. I'm going to clasp the hands behind the back, so interlace the fingers, clasp the hands behind the back, and then stretch across the chest, draw the fist away from the seat. So really opening across the chest, keep the neck neutral. And then you can slowly again drop the neck down, increasing the stretch across the shoulders. That's it. Really nice. Keep drawing the fist away from the seat. And then releasing the fingers. We're going to bring the arms back in front of us and just rotate the wrists in a couple of directions, warming up through the joints, especially as you guys are outside. Be really careful. Make sure you're warm enough. Good. And then like we did last week, we're going to take the hands behind us with the fingertips facing forward, press into the hands, and then inhale, lift the hips up from the heels and stretch across the chest. Exhale, release the seat back down. Good. Inhale, keep pressing into the tops of the feet, pressing into the palms, lift the hips, extend the chest. Exhale, back down. Inhale last time. I've just put the playlist in the chat if you'd like to listen. Exhale, coming back down. Good. We're going to come over onto our hands and knees. And just warm up through the spine here. So pressing into the palms. We're going to line up the shoulders over the elbows and the elbows over the wrists. And then we've got the hips underneath the knees. So we're just creating a nice solid base here. And then as you inhale, look forward, drop the belly, lift the chin, gaze up. And then we're going to do the opposite rotation, bringing the chin to the chest, stretching through the shoulders. Inhale, gazing up, dip the belly, look up. Exhale, keep pressing into the palms, pressing into the knees, arching the back. Inhale, moving with the breath, look up. Exhale, really exaggerate the movement, pressing into the knees, pressing into the palms, really stretch, just stay here, breathing here, stretching across the shoulders. And then just take a moment just to do your own thing here, so a bit of autonomy, so maybe moving right to left with the hips, maybe coming forward over the wrists, coming back into a more of a child's pose position, figure of 8. You can also close the eyes and just feel into the body. Maybe for the first time today, moving mindfully with awareness. And just connecting that movement to the breath. So throughout the practice, we want to create a nice steady inhale and exhale that accompanies the movement. Good, and then coming back to center, we're going to tuck under the toes, lift the knees, push the seat back to the heels, pause here. And then on your exhale, we're going to stretch the legs, coming back into downward facing dog. Pressing into the palms, pressing into the soles of the feet. We're going to walk out the dog, so stretching one leg and the other. Moving again with the breath, so inhale and exhale. Seeing here if we can start to engage in Ujjayi breath. So now we're sealing the lips, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. It's an audible breath on both the inhale and the exhale, like an oceanic sound in the back of the throat. So we're closing off the back of the throat slightly. And this is going to serve as our guide for the practice. Good, softening the knees, look between the hands. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left foot forward, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. We're just going to hang out here for a little while, just stretching the backs of the legs. So you can bring your hands onto your shins, onto your thighs, depending on how open the backs of the legs are. See how you feel, maybe sliding the hands down towards the ankles or even onto the floor. Just notice where you are here. You can take opposite elbows, sway side to side. Just releasing the back, increasing the stretch. Good, and then releasing the hands. We're going to roll all the way up through the spine, coming into Tadasana. Pressing into the feet, activating the legs, drawing the tailbone under, so tucking the tailbone under, which automatically draws the navel in, expanding across the chest, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky, elongating the neck, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, palms face forward. That's it, really nice. Inhale, bring your hands in prayer in front of the chest, and exhale, bow the head to the prayer. Taking a moment here, like we do with every practice, just to set an intention for the rest of the practice, maybe the week ahead. This month we're working with the theme of aparigraha, which is the Sanskrit for non-grasping or non-holding on or letting go. So maybe just seeing whether we can let go of everything that's happened this week so far, and just for the next 30 minutes or hour and a half, just be present with the breath in each inhale and each exhale. Good, releasing the hands alongside the body. Tadasana. Inhale, press the palms, raise the fingertips to the sky, gazing up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward and down. Bend the knees as much as you need to get the palms down. Inhale, pressing into the palms, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back into a lunge. Left foot back. And then we're going to lower the knees, chest and chin as you exhale. Inhale, sliding forward into Cobra. The bottom of the ribs stay down. Exhale, seat back to the heels. Coming back into a downward facing dog. Holding here for 5 breaths. This is 1. Inhale, remembering to breathe through the nose. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale, that soft whisper. 3. Inhale, working on lengthening the breath. Exhale, 4. Inhale, filling the lungs like we did at the start of the practice. Exhale, 5. Soften the knees, look forward. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Left foot comes to meet it. Look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward and down. Press into the feet, inhale, lift the prayer all the way to the sky, gazing up. Exhale, Tadasana. Good, second round, going straight in. Inhale, press the palms, raise the fingers to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, press into the palms, so bend the knees if you need to. Look up. Exhale, step the left foot back, right foot back to plank. You can lower knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, elbows back, chest forward, lowering halfway. Inhale, rolling over the toes, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha, holding here. This is 1. Inhale, press into the palms. Exhale, spreading the fingers. 2. Inhale, see if you can internally rotate the lower arms. Then as you exhale, externally rotating the upper arms. Inhale, lengthening the size of the body. Exhale, keep drawing the navel in. 4. Inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears. For 5. Soften the knees, look forward. Inhale, step the left foot forward this time. Right foot forward, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Uttanasana. Good, everyone. Inhale, press the palms through the center of the body, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, return Tadasana. Third and final round. Inhale, press the palms, raise the fingertips to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back to the plank. And then lowering again, knees, chest and chin, or halfway, elbows back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog, expand the chest. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog, holding here, shifting the gaze to the toes or the navel. 1. Inhale. Exhale, drawing the heels down. 2. Inhale, we're pushing the shins back. Exhale, engaging the quads. 3. Inhale, keep reaching the hips up and back. Exhale, check your navel's still drawing in. 4. Inhale, last one. Exhale, see if the heels can come down closer to the mat or the floor. 5. Soften the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float to the front of the mat and look up. Really nice. Exhale, fold forward, increasing that stretch now, nose towards the shins. Inhale, lift the prayer, fingers to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, return Tadasana. Good, we'll keep going. Inhale, press the palms, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step or float back to a plank, lowering knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, roll over the toes, extend the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Good, everyone. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands, the back heel stays lifted. We're rising up into a high lunge, holding here for 3 breaths. This is 1. Inhale, keep reaching up with the fingertips. Exhale, bending into that front knee for 2. Really nice, guys. Inhale, staying in the high lunge. Exhale, reaching back with the back heel for 3. Open and expand, warrior 2. You can take that back foot back slightly, holding here again for 3 breaths. This is 1. Inhale. Exhale, everyone bend deeper into that front knee, front thigh parallel to the floor. 2. Inhale, make sure your torso is not leaning too far forward or back. Exhale, shoulders down. For 3, good everyone. Inhale, stretch your front leg. Exhale, rebend your front knee and bring your right hand to the instep of your right foot. Left fingertips up towards the sky, holding here for 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, gazing up to your left thumb. Exhale, twisting the chest open. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, keep sinking into that front knee for 3. Good. Inhale, frame the front foot with both hands. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between the hands, right heel stays lifted, rising up into high lunge on the left hand side, holding here for 1. Inhale, activate the fingers, gazing up. Exhale, release the shoulders. 2, good guys. Inhale. Exhale, bending, sinking the hips lower for 3. Open and expand, warrior 2. Take that right foot back if you need to, holding here for 1. Inhale. Exhale, hips opening to the side now. 2. Inhale, actively grounding down into the back foot. Exhale again, sinking the hips deeper for 3. Nice. Inhale, stretch the front leg. Exhale, rebend and bring the left hand to the instep of the left foot. Right fingertips reaching up to the sky. Hashimotonasana, A1. Inhale. Exhale, really twist your chest open. 2. Inhale, keep pressing your left upper arm against the knee. Exhale. 3. Inhale, frame the front foot. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between the hands. Rise, high lunge. And then exhale, everyone sink the hips lower. So we've got the front thigh parallel to the floor. Right knee over the right ankle. Inhale, we're going to stretch the front leg. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Inhale, extend, extend, extend. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Feel the stretch. 1 more. Inhale, extend, extend, extend. You're removing layers. That's a good sign. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Inhale here. Keep reaching up with the fingertips. And then exhale, this time we're going to drop the back knee, hovering just above the floor, holding here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And then exhale, lower that left knee all the way down. Really nice. Coming into a lunge here, so bringing our hands onto our right thigh. Inhale, lift the torso, so you're lifting your stomach away from the right thigh. And then we're going to start to arch back as we exhale. So pushing the right knee forward, opening the chest to the sky. The neck stays neutral. 1. Inhale. Exhale, hips forward and down. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Nice. Frame the front foot. Step back, this time to a plank. Lowering through knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, extending the chest, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha. You can see Mr. Fish. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha. Good. Look between the hands. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Back heel stays lifted. Again, rising up into that high lunge. Really nice. Exhale, everyone sink the hips deeper. Inhale, extending the left leg this time. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Inhale, extend, extend, extend. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Keep kicking that right heel back. Last time, inhale, extend, 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 draw the navel in. Exhale, rebend, rebend, rebend. Inhale, reach up with the fingertips. And then exhale, we're going to lower the right knee and just hover it off the mat, working into the hip flex, hip strength here. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Really good, everyone. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Lowering that right knee all the way down, bringing your hands onto the front thigh. Inhale, lengthening through the torso, so taking the stomach away from the thigh. And then exhale, sinking the left knee forward and down and starting to arch back for 1. Inhale. Exhale, nice spina. 2. Inhale. Exhale, sink your deepest. 3. Lovely. Inhale, frame the front foot. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to a plank. And then exhale, everyone lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, sliding forward to Cobra. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. This is 1. Inhale. Exhale, pressing into the palms, but not too much weight there, for 2. Inhale, keep pressing into the tops of the feet and hips, lifting the chest. Good, guys. Exhale. 3. Keep the height of the chest. We're just going to interlace the hands behind the back now. So inhale, keep pulling the fists away like we did at the start of the class, lifting the chest. Exhale, hold here for 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, everyone lift the chest higher. Good, really nice. And exhale, 3. Coming down, hands alongside the chest. Inhale, pressing into the hands on the tops of the feet. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking between the hands, soften the knees. Inhale, float the shins to the front of the mat, and we're going to come up onto our shins. So preparing here for Ustrasana, Camel Pose, we'll all tuck the toes because we haven't done a lot to warm up, especially you guys outside. Be careful here. So following any of the variations. So maybe the first one is bringing the hands onto the sacrum, so heels of the hands just below the ribs, fingertip pointing down. As we inhale, we're going to extend up through the chest, push the hips forward in front of the knees, and then exhale, just starting to arch back, bringing the weight into the hands. And you might stay here. If not, keep pushing the hips forward as you inhale. And then exhale, taking both hands back onto your heels. See how you go. Good. Inhale again. Last time, pushing the hips forward. And then exhale, extending the head back last. Really nice, guys. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale, last one for 3. Come up without twisting as you inhale. And then exhale, we're going to do that again, but this time see if you can untuck the toes. If not, just repeat what we just did, no problem. Or keep your hands on your sacrum. So inhale, everyone push the hips forward. And then as you exhale this time, keep arching back, opening across the chest. See if you can bring your hands onto the soles of the feet. If not, just keep your toes tucked or keep your hands on your sacrum and just keep working on leaning back. Inhale, press the hips forward one last time. And then exhale, drop the head back. Holding here just for 3 breaths this time. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale, last 1. Exhale. 3. Pushing off without twisting. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, just release the seat back onto the heels. Holding here, just neutralizing the spine for a moment. Nice, everyone. Okay. Coming into a tabletop position, so bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, just neutralizing before we go into our final pose. That 30 minutes went very quickly. Okay. Nice, and then bringing the seat back to the heels. We're going to bring the feet out in front, legs out in front. Flexing the feet, hands alongside the hips, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, just start to walk the fingertips forward towards the ankles. So coming into a form of Hashimotonasana. Traditionally, Hashimotonasana A, we take hold of the big toes, but we want to keep the chest open here. So maybe just bringing the hands onto the shins and then working there. Hinging forward at the hips, feeling the stretch down the backs of the legs. Working with the breath here, coming back to that long, slow, deep breath. So as you inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Inhale. Exhale, maybe walking the fingertips forward if your fingertips are down. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, releasing some tension in the backs of the thighs, in the lower back. Last one, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Nice, walking the hands back next to the hips, bending the knees. And because this is a quick class, we haven't got time for a Shavasana, but if you guys want to take a Shavasana after the class, please do so. If not, we're just going to come into Child's Pose just for about a minute, just to have a bit of a rest before you guys go on with your rest of your Sunday evening. So bring the forehead down onto the mat, knees together or apart, whatever you prefer. You can stretch the arms out in front of you, or if you prefer, bring the arms back beside the feet. And just feeling the body resting here. We've done some movement. We've stretched it out a little bit, hopefully brought some heat into the body. And now we're just reaping the effects of that practice. So I know that you guys have got to go, but maybe just try to take a few mindful minutes before you rush off into the next activity of the day and just see how you're feeling now, maybe compared to the start of the practice. Something as simple as just focusing on the breath can really connect us to ourselves, our bodies and our minds. So we take 3 deep, mindful breaths here together. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale, filling the lungs like we did at the start. Exhale, releasing all the air out. 2. Inhale, last one. Exhale for 3. Thank you so much, guys. If you're not staying, obviously feel free to go into a Shavasana. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to let the other people in who are just here for yin. Thank you guys so much. Namaste. And I'll see you hopefully soon. Thanks, guys. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Man. Hi, Martin. Just had a bit of a transition. Okay, so I'm just going to send you the playlist so it can play through the same audio as my voice. If you haven't already set it up, if you have, that's great. Okay, so we're going to come into child's pose to start. So your knees can be together, or if it's more comfortable to do so, you can bring the knees apart. If you've got a blanket to hand, it might be quite nice to put this underneath the ankles or underneath the knees, just to give the knees a bit of support. That's it. And then first we're going to find some length through the spine. Bring the palms onto the thighs. Closing the eyes and just connecting to the breath before we come into this first position. So again, for Gabby, Martin, just taking a moment just to settle here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to start to walk the fingertips forward along the mat. So trying to keep the chest open, just coming gradually now down into child's pose, stretching the fingertips out in front. When you come down as far as you can, see if you can then rest your forehead on to the mat, or if you've got a block, you can place a block underneath the forehead. Keep stretching actively through the arms. Just noticing if the shoulders are up around the ears. See if you can draw the shoulder blades down away from the ears. And then releasing the palms onto the floor if they're not already there. We're just going to find some stillness for a couple of minutes. So just taking some time just to slow down. It's often quite tricky just to all of a sudden say we're going to be still. So just take your time. Be patient with yourself if your mind is still elsewhere. Just give yourself the next couple of minutes just to connect to the breath. See how you're feeling. And just let the body rest. Starting now to make an active intention to bring the focus to the body. So focusing on where the body is making contact with the earth. Palms of the hands, maybe the forearms, the knees, the shins, the tops of the feet, and the forehead. And just see if you can release slightly more into those points. So see if there's any tension, just do a quick scan through the body and just see if there's anywhere that you're holding on. You might just be able to let go slightly and let the body have that feeling of the body melting into the floor. Letting everything be heavy, letting everything be supported by the earth. Nice, okay, so we're going to slide forward. When you're ready, slowly slide forward onto our tummies. So again, if you've got that blanket, keep it where it is and it should now come underneath your hips. We're going to start in a Cobra position, so with the forearms down on the mat, extending the chest forward. So we're already in a back bend here. This might be enough for you. This might already be quite intense for the lower back, so just see how you feel. We'll all be staying here for about a minute. So if you're happy here, come into a Sphinx pose. So pressing into the forearms, lifting the chest. Really nice. Trying to keep the neck neutral here. Pointing the toes. The tops of the feet are relaxing down onto the mat. If you want a bit more support here, if you want to rest the head, you can again bring a block underneath your forehead. If you feel like it might be more beneficial to keep the chest open and keep the back of the neck long and staying open here. So again, just noticing here whether there's any tension we're holding on to, maybe in the glutes. Often if the back's a bit stiff, we hold on to tension there. So if you feel any pain, then keep that engagement. That will protect your lower back. But if not, just see if you can switch everything off and just allow the back to open up. Keeping the gaze soft. You can close the eyes or just bring the gaze down onto a point in front of you. Or if you prefer, you can take an inner gaze, an inner point of focus, bringing the awareness to between the eyebrows, the third eye. And you can stay here, or if you want to increase the back bend, we're going to slowly bring the hands out slightly wider now, so maybe to mat width apart. And then start to press into the hands as we extend the arms, increasing the back bend. So we'll be here for a couple of minutes again, so just see how you feel. You can always come back down onto your forearms at any time, or if not, you can gradually start working on bringing the hands back towards your torso, straightening the arms, Again, keeping the neck here neutral, an extension of the spine. Good, Bina. See if you can relax the shoulders down. So this weekend is the spring equinox, which is great news. After a very long winter, we finally turned the corner. And we've used this analogy in the yin practice before of the gradual unfurling of the lotus flower. So you can't pull the petals apart, you've got to wait for them to be ready. And they open themselves into the full expression of the flower. And it's a bit like that with our yin practice. So we can't just immediately come right into the deep poses. We have to work with our body, using the breath, using time, using gravity sometimes. Not rushing, but just working step by step and being aware of our body, aware of how we're feeling today. Gradually letting the body open up as we come deeper into these poses. So we'll be holding the poses between about 2 and 6 minutes towards the end. So just see how you feel, never feeling any pain, no pinching, no sharp pain, but sometimes there will be a slight discomfort, and that's okay. We want to feel an active stretch. But when things get a bit too much, there's always the option to come back. So we'll just be here for 30 more seconds. You can stay where you are, or maybe start to move the hands back, just increasing the stretch for the last 30 seconds. See if you can straighten the arms a bit more. If you're in Sphinx pose, maybe give it a go just for the last 30 seconds, extending the arms. Really nice. Breathing into the lower back. Really nice. And then we're going to come all the way down. So just bringing the chest now onto the mat. We're going to create a pillow with the hands and resting your cheek, either cheek, onto the tops of the hands. And slowly rock the hips from side to side. That was quite a strong back bend, especially for those of you who haven't done the warm-up class at the beginning. So just go slow here. Moving the hips from side to side, releasing the lower back. Good. And from here, I'm going to keep the same position with the hands and the arms. I'm just going to slide the right knee out to the side so that the right knee is in line with the right hip. So we're coming into sort of a half frog shaped position here. So the left foot is still stretching behind us. We've got the right thigh coming out at a right angle from the right hip. That's it. And then the right ankle is directly below the right knee, so it's like an L shape with the leg. Perfect, everyone. And then lifting the head and taking your left cheek onto the palms, or if it feels more comfortable, you can just bring your left cheek onto the floor. And here we're just stretching through the groin area, the hips again, but also still in a a bit of a back bend. So if this feels tweaky at any point, you can come back to a neutral position, stretching the legs out behind you. But if not, just trying to soften here. Trying to do our best to stay present as much as we want to relax here. We also want to be conscious of our practice. So trying to bring the attention to our breath, or like we did at the beginning of the class, bringing the attention to the points of contact between the body and the earth, using those as tools just to anchor us to our practice and keep us present. Another tool we can use throughout the practice is a mantra. So, personal favourite, think of me and Mina, is begin on the inhale and again on the exhale. You could do a simple let on the inhale and go on the exhale. Maybe you've got your own mantra. So just giving the mind something to focus on as we let the body relax and unfurl. Keep coming back to your anchor, your mantra, your breath. Be here for one more minute. Good, and then extending the right leg along the mat to meet the left. Just going to shake out the hips here, so wiggling the hips again from left to right. And rolling across the abdomen and the hips. And then this time sliding the left knee out to the side. So as we did on the other side, bringing the left knee in line with the left hip. The left ankle is directly below the left knee in an L shape. I'm going to lift the head and take the cheek over to the opposite side, to the side that you just did. So I'm bringing my right cheek onto my hands. Again, just feeling the groin opening, quite a subtle opening here, nothing too strong. But just notice here whether we've got the tendency to hold on, to grasp. See if you can soften around the edges, sinking the hips deeper. Really embracing that feeling of the earth here supporting us. And this month, if you've been to my classes, we've been working on the theme of aparigraha, which is one of Patanjali's yamas or moral precepts. Last month we were working with ahimsa, the first one. And this is the precept or the concept of non-grasping and letting go. So it's perfect for our yin practice. But it's also a really useful exercise or a useful idea to bring into our everyday life. So not just holding on to physical things and material things, but also mental states or emotions, maybe expectations of ourselves or other people. And Patanjali says that if we let go of those things that are holding us back, then maybe we might have more room to grow and expand into other areas. So again, we'll be here for one more minute. And then releasing the left leg alongside the right. Bringing your forehead now onto the tops of the hands. Just pausing here for a moment. And when you're ready, no rush whatsoever, but we're going to bring our hands next to the chest and then come back into a tabletop position. So bringing the knees underneath the hips, take it nice and slow, keeping the gaze down. Wrists underneath the elbows, elbows underneath the shoulders. Then just taking some gentle movements here, so doing whatever feels good, maybe just some cat-cows, dipping the belly, gazing up, and then bringing the chin to the chest, arching through the spine, or coming forward and back, or figures of 8, rotating around the wrists, maybe coming all the way back into child's pose. Just take a minute or so just to work into the body. See if there are any stiff areas here. Maybe moving the neck around. Okay, and from here we're going to come into puppy pose. So quite a strong shoulder stretch. So keeping the palms where they are, pressing into the mat. We're just going to walk the knees back. So it's a bit like an extended child's pose, but we keep the hips up. So now walking the fingertips forward, starting to sink down with the chest, extending the arms. I'm going to tuck the toes under or keep them untucked, whatever you prefer. Bringing the chest down towards the floor. Again, maybe if you've got a block handy, you could bring a block underneath your forehead. If you want to move your blanket underneath your knees again, that would be quite nice. If this is really intense, you can just walk the knees back in. That's fine. Or if you want to increase the stretch, walk the hands away. Bring the chest down towards the mat, maybe even the chin down, hips up. Really good, everyone. So here obviously we're working on opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Opening across the armpits as well, stretching down the shoulders, then down the upper arms. And after a few breaths here, just see if you can again try and soften into the pose. So if you're on your fingertips, now coming down onto your palms. See if you can release any tension. If you've got blocks again, you could always bring them underneath your forearms. And if not, just coming back up into a tabletop position. And coming back into a regular child's pose if that feels better. If not, we'll just be holding here for 2 more minutes, wherever you are. Coming back to the breath or your mantra. A reminder to stay present with all the sensations as they arise, even if they're uncomfortable ones, just letting ourselves be okay with everything that comes up. From here we're going to come into an even more intense shoulder stretch, so I'll give an option in a minute. But for those of us in puppy pose, keep pressing into your right palm, and then just see if you can bring bring your left arm out to the side and lift your left arm up. So you're going to come into a thread the needle underneath the right upper arm. So first just stretching across the chest, that's it. And then threading that right hand underneath the right arm and bringing the left palm down. So we've now created like a figure of four shape with the arms. And then see if you can rest your forehead back down onto either a pillow or a block. Keep walking the left fingertips away, walking the right fingertips away, pushing the hips back. So if that's not accessible, coming up onto the shins, and then just bringing the right hand onto the left hip, the left hand onto the right hip, and then just dropping the head down just as an alternative option, stretching across the back of the neck and the shoulders. Or you could just wrap your arms around your shoulders and do the same here. We won't be here for too long, just one more minute wherever you are. If you're in the first option, just see if you can rest either your forehead or your cheek onto the floor. Aiming to square the chest to the mat if you can, to increase the stretch and the twist in the shoulders. And from here we're going to unthread the left arm, bring the left palm back next to the right one. And we'll come onto the other side. So if you're in puppy pose, we'll take now the right hand out to the side, right arm out to the side, lifting the right fingertips up towards the sky, stretching here, and then threading your right hand and right arm underneath the left upper arm, walking the right fingertips away first, and then maybe also the left fingertips away, just noticing if the stretch is different, feels stronger for me on this side. And then resting your forehead or your cheek back down onto the mat. Feeling the stretch here in the upper arms and the shoulders. And if you are in the variation, just bringing the opposite hand, so this time the left hand over to the right hip first, right hand onto the left hip, dropping the shoulders, and dropping the neck, or just hugging the shoulders here, again dropping the neck down. So wherever we are, we're working on finding that edge. So we want to find the stretch. Like I said at the beginning, we don't want to go over the edge into pain, but we do want to feel a nice stretch. So just working with that. Noticing as the minutes pass whether you can find a bit more space to move into. Maybe working with the breath as well, so on the exhale we tend to be able to move deeper into the postures. just one more minute here. Pressing into the left palm, you're going to unwind, bringing your right hand out from underneath the left upper arm. Coming to sit on the shins just briefly. So walking the hands back now, either side of the hips, sitting back on the heels. I'm just going to let the shoulders go here, so just taking some shoulder rolls up, back and down. Again, keeping the gaze soft. Try to stay focused on the internal feelings. And then reversing the direction, bring the shoulders up, forward and back round. Good, and then taking the feet from underneath the seat, we're going to come slowly down onto our backs. So maybe bring your blanket out from underneath you so you can use that shortly over you to keep warm. Bringing the soles of the feet down onto the mat. We're slowly going to roll down the spine, keeping the feet down, keeping the knees bent, rolling all the way down onto your back. From here, we're just going to take the knees together and the feet mat width apart. So coming into what's called constructive rest. So this is also really nice for the back, just releasing after the back bends from the start of the practice. So we can just bring our hands onto the lower abdomen here, onto the belly. Maybe noticing as the abdomen rises and falls with the breath. And then we'll take a deep breath in here. And keeping the feet where they are, mat width apart. As you exhale, just take the knees over to the right hand side. Inhale, bring the knees back to the center, pressing into the feet. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to the center. And for the last time, exhale, drop the knees over to the left hand side. You can keep the feet where they are, or maybe bring the left ankle on top of the right knee just to add some weight onto that knee, increasing the stretch. That's it, Gabby, really nice. And then bringing the arms out to shoulder height, You can take the gaze over the right shoulder. So use as much padding as you need to. If your knee is hanging in mid-air, maybe bring a block underneath if you've got one, or just bring a cushion underneath that top knee, just so it's got something to rest into. Feeling the stretch into the hips here. We're twisting at the navel. That feeling when we're twisting, someone said this week, like when you're twisting out a rag or a dishcloth, getting rid of everything that you don't want. It's that same kind of sensation in yoga when you do a twist. Eventually eliminating toxins and all those things that you don't want in the body physically, but it's more of a mental and emotional thing really with twists. So see if you can relax both shoulders equally down onto the mat if you can. If not, again, maybe bring something underneath your shoulder just to give it something to soften into. And just releasing here. We'll be here for 3 more minutes, so plenty of time just to let everything soften and release. Releasing your left ankle from your knee if you've got it there. And then take a big deep breath in and bring the knees all the way back to the centre. Reorganise the feet, so bringing the feet back to mat width, knees knocking in. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, take the knees over, this time to the right hand side. Again, swapping sides if you've got a cushion or a block or something to take underneath that bottom knee so it's got something to rest into. And if you have got the space to do so, you could bring your right ankle on top of your left knee to increase the stretch. Stretching the arms out wide if that's comfortable. Gazing over the left shoulder. Trying to release both of the shoulder blades down into the mat. If you're starting to feel a bit cold, you can always cover yourself here with a blanket. Just adjust as you need to, so it's quite nice. The body quite likes to feel supported, so if you've got something that you can prop it up with, then do so. Anything that will make you feel more comfortable here. So we slow down before the final relaxation. Perfect. And 3 more minutes here, like on the other side. Giving yourself the time and the space to really let go here. Releasing your right ankle from your knee. You've got it on there for an extra twist. Taking a deep breath in, bringing the knees back to the centre. This time bringing the feet back together. We're going to draw the knees into the chest. And just give ourselves a hug, squeezing the knees in, wrapping the arms around the shins. Trying to draw the lower back down to the mat. All of the vertebrae are down. Really squeezing the shins in. You can take some gentle movements here. So taking the hands onto the knees. We're just going to take some circles with the knees. So taking the knees out to the side, around to the front, back together, into the chest, out to the side, and round. Just doing a couple more like that. then taking it in the other direction. Good, and then from here we are coming into Shavasana, final corpse pose, final relaxation. So taking anything you need to cover you up, keep yourself warm. If you've got an eye pillow or something to place over the eyes, that's kind of quite nice. So you can really relax here. Feet out wide, arms and hands away from the body. Back of the head resting onto the mat. If you'd like to, you can take a cushion underneath the knees. If your back is a bit tweaky, that's quite nice. Perfect. And just releasing here. Letting everything be heavy. We can release any conscious breathing or any mantras. Just allow the body and the mind to be still, to be rested. Just letting the ground support you here, like it's done throughout the practice. And releasing here. Starting to deepen the breath. Bringing some movement into the fingers and the toes. Bringing the feet together, maybe the arms above the head. Taking a nice long stretch. And then from here, again, just one last time, bringing the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a hug, pausing here. I'm just going to read you a short poem. So holding wherever's comfortable, maybe rocking from side to side. This is called We Are Travelers on a Cosmic Journey by Deepak Chopra. So he says, we are travelers on a cosmic journey, stardust swirling and dancing in the eddies and whirlpools of infinity. Life is eternal, but the expressions of life are ephemeral, momentary and transient. Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, once said, "This existence of ours is as transient as autumn clouds. To watch the birth and death of beings is like looking at the moments of a dance. A lifetime is like a flash of lightning in the sky, rushing by like a torrent down a steep mountain. We have stopped for a moment to encounter each other, to meet, to love, to share. This is a precious moment, but it is transient. It is a little parenthesis in eternity. If we share with caring, light-heartedness and love, we will create abundance and joy for each other, and then this moment will have been worthwhile." Rolling over onto one side, whichever side is good for you. And then pressing into the top hand, keeping the eyes closed if you can, if not the gaze lowered. We're just going to come up to a comfortable seated position. So you could be on your shins or cross-legged. Bringing the hands, palms onto the knees. Just take a few moments just to reconnect together, reconnect to our breath. So we're going to breathe in for the count of 4, hold at the top, breathe out for the count of 4, and we'll hold on the exhale, just a short hold. So firstly, just breathe all of the air out, then breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold the air out, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, pause, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, pause, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, pause. Breathing in, bring your hands in prayer in front of the chest. And as you breathe out, lower the head, gazing down to the prayer. Feeling grateful to yourselves and everyone who has enabled you to practice today. Thank you all so much for sharing your Sunday afternoon with me, showing up. I hope you have a wonderful start to the week, or rest of this week first, and then a start to the week from tomorrow. Namaste.